Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere, and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Things already rolling.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Seedorf kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot and finish everything off.
Yes, he's certainly the one who carries the hopes of his team. Seedorf. Now Hoeneß. Ferdinand cuts it out. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe getting forward. Great vision. Oh, that's sweet, almost telepathic. Plenty to aim at here. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Can he get onto this? Space for him to turn and look. And the shot! That is ended up in no man's land. Iniesta! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Well, it wasn't the worst decision, really. He certainly had enough belief to take it on.
Iniesta does really well to win the ball there. Couldn't squeeze it through. Ferdinand kept his eye on it, and he's there. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Seedorf is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Played back.
He had nobody else to help out there.
Botafogo are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. That's destined for the flank. In towards the back stick. And the shot! Off the post! Hoeneß. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Chooses to go cross-field.
That's a great ball cross-field.
And here's Suarez. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Eto'o. And the pass is intercepted. Now it's Luis Suarez.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
And there's his chance to lead the counter. Eto'o. And here's Ibrahimovic. Yeah. And that interception was most... It's Eto'o! Goal! Botafogo! Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
You felt it was coming. Can he finish? Well taken goal. And the lead lost no time at all.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
That's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he's picked out the run. He's having a shot! Well, there's contact there one way or another. Oh, it's a penalty. Botafogo have themselves a chance from the spot. An exchange of stares, and here we go. Oh, what a save from Van der Sar! And here's Roberto Carlos.
Teremos minuto de acréscimo.
And it's Vieira. And this is Ibrahimovic. Shot could be on. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. That's going to go a long way. And we've reached half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. So there was the first half.
Well, I think keeping our neutral hats on, Peter, this is more than a decent game of football where we've seen plenty of creativity. Both sides really ought to be looking to up the urgency, though.
Well, it has been tight, it's been competitive. Each side with one significant moment, and at half-time the score is 1-1. Back on the way then. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And that could well leave a mark. Shot, surely! It's a goal! And the comeback is complete! He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
And here's Ibrahimovic. And here's the chance to counter. Araujo. Passing is crisp and sharp. Engages and forces him off the ball.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Oh, no question, that's a foul.
Substituição no time do Botafogo.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Lam, well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Vieira cuts a frustrated figure right now, he just cannot... Oh, he's all alone! Chance! And there's a goal! And there's the goal they've been looking for.
Oh, he did so well to hold his run and stay on side, Peter. That was really clever.
Suriname go up by 2 and are looking good.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been a an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
And it's Eze. Šeško! Oh, lovely bit of skill. And he lines up a cross. And they've managed to get rid. Suarez proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Marcelo gets into a good position. Tries to get it clear. Gullit was only too happy to help out in defence.
Well, it's not...
Shapes to shoot! Just cruising! They are cruising! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking. And that's it. So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Hi, Peter. It's great to be here.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So straight into the action. That has not gone well. Looking for options for movement. He's found some space. Chance for a shot! And he couldn't finish.
Nunes deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Marcelo venturing down the left. Iniesta plays it across. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Looks to the other side, and it's Maicon.
Well, there's a big game player, if ever there was one.
Iniesta, universally admired. So what do we expect from him today, Jim?
Well, he's the master of time and space, Peter. He finds those little pockets in dangerous areas, moves the ball forward, taking people in the narrowest of spaces and delivers precision balls. And he does it pretty much better than anyone else. Class.
Eto'o. And this is Ibrahimovic. And he cuts out the supply. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Maicon chasing after it. Hullet, renowned for his long-range shooting. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe! That's an excellent interception. No goals as yet. Oh no, what has happened here? Luis Suarez. And the pass is intercepted. And one more try! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Vieira. Now it's Eto'o. Now it's Luis Suarez. He won't be happy with that one. Hullet. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Mbappe! Decent chance! Goal! That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
Suriname are in front now, the game's only goal.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Van der Sar with the clearance. Great defending, strong and determined. Strokes it back.
He had nobody else to help out there.
Steaming on goalwards. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Yaya Toure. It's a promising position. Cross in, looks like a good one. Lam getting this one clear. That's a good run down the left. Aimed at the far side. Oh, good climb! Didn't quite get enough on that.
Yeah, some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
Ferdinand is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. And here's Eto'o. Lam has it in a wide position. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Look at the space here. All eyes on the referee. It's a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. Botafogo with a chance to get level. Oh, what a save from Van der Sar! And here's Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. Maicon. And this is Luke. There's the shot! So, what can they make of this? And it's Ibrahimovic.
Minuto de acréscimo.
He's looking wide. And the referee says that is that for the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Senhoras e senhores,
Botafogo come in at half-time on the wrong end of a 1-0 scoreline.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. So the action resumes.
Botafogo can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
That pass has been well into... And the finish! Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos is looking to influence the game from out wide. Lam, still no way through. The defending here is resolute. And here's Ibrahimovic.
Eto'o really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Mbappe gets into a good position. Cleared away. Maicon is in a really good position out wide. Chance! They've got to be quick to recover this. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Tries to get it clear. And it's Marcelo. And that is out of play.
Substituição no time do Botafogo. Camisa 22. Camisa 20. Camisa 9.
Coming in numbers sharp and uncompromising. Iniesta cross. Oh, great leap! And it's in! And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Teremos uma substituição.
Suriname choosing to make the first change.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so I can see him making those runs in behind.
Suriname are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Roberto Carlos attempts a clearance. Botafogo are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Great vision. He has a look up. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Botafogo have got it back and they'll have another go. Bale currently being consciously targeted.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter. Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Yaya Toure is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Maicon. Now it's Mbappe. Pernis. Well, that pass isn't the best. Azar. Driving forward. He's got away. Pernis. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
And it's Iniesta. Oh, that's delightful. And Yaya Toure! Brilliant from Toure! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And with that, it is pretty much... And that's it. So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.
Voluntários de cada bloco dirijam-se à sala de pessoal imediatamente.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud.
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible. Well, I don't want to be overly harsh on the defensive side of things here, Peter, but the build-up was so slick and executed with such quality, it made life just that bit too difficult for them.
Suriname finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Driving forward. Pull it. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. He's found a way through, and he shoots! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Yeah, that was a fantastic run, and it showed how brilliantly energetic he is.
Vieira. Seedorf. And it's Vieira. Looking for options for movement. Oh, they could be caught out here. Hernus is having a shot! Goal! Again in a trice, and they are soaring! Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Botafogo are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Vieira proves too strong. Looks to the other side.
Botafogo always looking for runners up front here.
Yeah, it is a regular tactic of theirs.
Yeah, it can make life really tough for you from a defensive point of view, having to constantly be on guard with people trying to get in behind.
It'll be a throw-in. And he cuts out the supply. Araujo, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Lam. No, couldn't quite catch up to that. And the pass is intercepted. Threads one in. And the finish! (3-0), and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Roberto Carlos kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And there's his chance to lead the counter. And it's Roberto Carlos. It's a promising position. Chance, surely! A whisker away from making it 4.
Well, maybe he just got a tad excitable when he knows those moments need the coolest of heads. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Hernus goes short. Oh, sweet feet. Pullet does really well to win the ball there. And now they can spring out of defence. Well timed, excellent interception. Now, what about a counter-attack? Lahm. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And it's Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos. Lovely bit of skill. And he's whipped it across. Botafogo looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. Great vision. Maicon receives it in a wide position. And he's quick to get rid. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Seedorf. Roberto Carlos. That's very neat. And he lines up a cross. Pepe getting this one clear. Mbappe. Suriname do have a chance to counter here. Mbappe. Mbappe ploughing through the middle. Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Maicon.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
And we've reached half-time. Well, the mood in the two camps couldn't be more different as they go in for half-time. Elation on one side, misery on the other.
It's an eye-catching scoreline, but it's a fair reflection on what we've just seen in this first half, Peter. Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
Botafogo will be wanting more of the same in the second half then. Utterly dominant in the first period, and they're 3-0 up. So let's get the ball rolling. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Vieira. And it's Roberto Carlos. Suriname are looking to break at pace. Maicon. Maicon running with intent. Big chance! And that's a good finish. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Suriname may be down, but not out just yet. Vieira. And here's Ibrahimovic. The ball's gone astray. Lahm is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. Nesta. And it's Roberto Carlos. Eto'o is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Eto'o going face-to-face with his great rival. Bullet. And Iniesta. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. That where it came from. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped. He read that really well and stopped it.
And this is Eto'o. Roberto Carlos, a picture of focus and alertness. Now he's running away. Oh, it hits a shot! It's a goal! Just one goal in it now! Game on! Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done.
Substituição no time do Botafogo. Camisa 9, camisa 20.
So we have movement on both benches. All of a sudden we have a game here.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Camisa 10, camisa 18, camisa 41.
That's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And it's Bale. Pepe did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Botafogo still have the cards to affect this game. Iniesta can see things others simply cannot. He's in a great position here. Bellingham. And this is Bale. Can he finish? Oh, it's come off the upright. Well, there weren't too many attacking options there.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
And it's Marcelo. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Yaya Toure. And he welcomes it in. Nicely spread. Swings it across. That's a decent clearance. Showing great feet there. And here's Mbappe. He's chosen to go back. Oh, that is a nice... He's going for goal! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Suriname really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Bale going after that. Lam. And it's Vieira. Bale. And there's the shot! Could have won it there and then. He knows that. Oh, he knows it.
Well, he's clearly feeling that he could pretty much have the job done. He may well get another chance, you know.
Substituição em andamento.
Ferdinand. Pull it. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Very much into the last knockings. Knocks it into space. Ferdinand deals with that comfortably. Oh, he's having a go! I'll be a bit disappointed with that.
Yeah, certainly could have been something so much more.
Vieira. Roberto Carlos. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Bale finds himself offside. Rice. And that will be it. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. The end of the game. Reflections?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this. A throwback to games gone by.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Things already rolling. Great vision. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Well, this is a guy who has pushed back the boundaries year on year. A brilliant maverick who just, Jim, seems to go on and on.
Yeah, he's simple as the bus, Peter. Everyone else, including us, just a supporting cast in an act where he will always take centre stage.
The Zlatan show, Zlatan is the only star.
I'm not arguing.
And it's Hullet. Is there any... And Hullet! And he's really put himself on the line here.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Araujo. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, he's been caught napping. And here's Eto'o. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Roberto Carlos. He is just caressing the ball. It's a good-looking delivery. Maicon clears it away. Lam. Marcelo venturing down the left. Hernes supplying the width on this right-hand side. Lovely bit of skill. And it's Seedorf. And here's Ibrahimovic.
Ibrahimovic really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Yaya Toure, and that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Eto'o. Marcelo is one whose deliveries we all know about. And it's Lam. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack.
That's a great ball cross-field.
Just more than 15 minutes till half-time.
That's going in strongly.
Ibrahimovic! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And here's Roberto Carlos. Seedorf. Here it is, crossed in. Shot, surely! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Pernas plays it short. And it's Roberto Carlos. Tries one from range. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? No, just not quite.
Well, distance never seems to be an issue for some players, and he's certainly one of those. The opening was there, I guess. Worth a try.
Still waiting for the first breakthrough, but not for the want of trying. Looking to play him in. And beyond the defence. He's rising! Firm header, just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Seedorf. The most accurate pass. Araujo makes the interception. Roberto Carlos. Lahm has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. It's Seedorf. And here's Ibrahimovic. Lahm. It's a promising position. Cross needs to be good.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
Pepe. Iniesta chasing after it. And it's half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So we reach the halfway point.
Botafogo certainly have plenty of positives to take from that first half, especially the way they were able to turn it on in the last few minutes. I can see them coming out with more menace, more meaningfulness after the break, as momentum is definitely with them now.
So at the halfway stage, we still have deadlock. The score 0-0. And here is the first touch of the second half.
Botafogo are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Botafogo are benefiting from a lot of movement up front, are they not?
Yeah, and if you're looking to play people in with passes from midfield, you really need willing runners who aren't looking to just get to the defensive line, but to go beyond it.
And it's Ibrahimovic. Roberto Carlos. Vieira. Pullet. Threads one in. Roberto Carlos kept his eye on it, and he's there. And the shot!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Ferdinand is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. Eto'o looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter...
shooting chance! Best part of an hour, and still no breakthrough from either side. Michael. It's come backwards here.
Modern football for you, and all that...
And the finish! Lahm attempts a clearance. And that's aimed into the towering header! And there's a goal! They've done it! Finally, they've broken through. What a header! Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
That's terrific aggression, the way he attacked the ball.
Substituição no time do Botafogo.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. There's going to be a major shake-up in the attack here.
Well, it looks like he's playing his trump card. That'll inject a lot of energy up front.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think.
Now it's Hullet. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
We've not...
It's Bale! Against the crossbar! He will be livid with himself.
Mbappe really reacted very quickly there, but couldn't quite find the finish he needed.
Substituição no time do Botafogo. Camisa 14, camisa 22. Deixando o campo para a entrada de camisa 13.
Oh, that's a key interception. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. He can run onto that. Mbappe going face-to-face with his great rival. That is lovely. Marcelo. An instinctive delivery. Terrific effort! Denied by an instinctive save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Just about up to 75 minutes. He's got away. Pele conjures time and space where few can. Tries to pass it through.
Botafogo really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Vieira. And here's the chance to counter. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball.
Look, this is so frustrating. Passing without any end product is just passing time.
Bale is herring after that one.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Botafogo could be just about done here.
Well, I like to see, Peter, that they haven't given up yet, so the spirit burns on.
Hullet. He's found space here. Thinks about the shot. That's a throw.
Teremos uma substituição.
Lahm picks it up out wide. Fletcher does well to get it back.
Botafogo really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Nesta. And it's Lahm.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Nicely worked. Just the keeper, and he shoots! Well taken goal. 2 ahead, late in the day, game over surely.
Well, Peter, they're trying to...
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit, and those are very good qualities that might have got them something on another day. Sadly, not today.
Senhores, é proibido estacionar.
So, Jim, how do you...